Okay, so knowing how much we've grown over the last couple months and this following year of knowing how many of you guys have been interested in the stories I told has been insane recently. And funny enough, I remember going through my TikTok page. If you guys don't follow, make sure you guys go do. Thank you all 2 million of you guys, by the way. But I was going through that page and seeing the first story I ever told on TikTok. The first story time that really got this BabaStreams story time thing a masterpiece. Well, at least I think so. I don't know. Many of you guys probably think it's weird. But anyways, like I was saying though, today I wanted to finally tell the story about the first TikTok I ever did. The first story time that became what BabaStreams is today. So like I always say, make sure you guys join the Discord server, follow the Twitch streams down below, and let's get straight into the video. And also, just a reminder, we do have Bubba merch. I know we have like the Devil's Tango merch down below. So if you guys do want any of that and flex it on Twitter or anything, please do. And like I always say, let's get straight into this. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to another crazy story. So like I said earlier, this is the first story I ever posted on TikTok. And honestly, it was a crazy one. And to be honest, one of the reasons why I wanted to tell this is because, well, it was the first story that ever blew up on TikTok from the BabaStreams TikTok channel. So I thought it'd be cool to say it. And it all starts off like this. So back when I was in middle school, I didn't really know the difference between the word virgin and vegetarian. Like, I just never was really in that concept of like knowing what it was. And reminder, this was my grade 6 year. So I had no knowledge of doing anything requiring the Devil's Tango at all. I think at most, maybe I saw a bit of movies here and there, but I didn't start, you know, going sicko mode on myself with my left hand until, I don't know, maybe grade 8. And that's what the year I lost it as well. But if you guys want to hear the story of when I first lost it, then, you know, the story time's already on YouTube. But this one was way before then. And this is when I literally didn't even know the word virgin. Like, literally just think how far we came from my grade 8 time till now. And this is even more previous from back then. Funny enough, I remember reading this in my journal and I thought it would be a funny story to tell. So like I said, I was in grade 6 and I remember it was my first year of middle school. I didn't know anything about, you know, virginities and all this crazy stuff. But I did remember what I did love. And that was playing video games, sitting at home, and literally doing absolutely nothing. To be honest, I was more concerned about the new Call of Duty dropping than me really talking to girls at the time. And also another thing that you guys need to know about this story, I'm a brown kid. And by brown kid, I mean I am actually brown. Well, half brown. I'm half white, half brown. That's why I'm more whitewashed. Like, this is literally what I look like. Like, yeah, I got the nose of a Middle Eastern person, but at the same time, like, I'm partially white. That's probably the reason why I don't have like a crazy heavy accent of any sort. Not to be racist, I'm just being stereotypical. But going on, I remember back when I was in middle school, I remember going into my cafeteria. Now, usually at this time, I would sit with friends and stuff and discuss homework and weird things about video games. But this one time, I remember actually seeing a chick, and she was like, I want to believe in grade 8, and she always ate salad. I'm not even joking, salad. Now, in my mind, I had no idea like why she would always eat salad. It just didn't make sense to me. So going on, I remember kind of just like monitoring her and seeing her every day eat salad back to back to back. At first, it didn't make sense to me. So I remember I went up to my mom and I asked her, hey mom, why is she always eating salad? And then she said something along the lines of, oh, like she's a vegetarian. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay. So me knowing she was a vegetarian, I thought that the word virgin had the same meaning. Now you guys are probably thinking, how in the world did those two connect? Well, you see, listen, I remember as I was monitoring her, I heard some grade 8s sitting from across from me. We're talking about the girl always eating salad, and they mentioned how, oh, like she's a dancer and she thinks she's so cool because she's a virgin. And I thought they were making fun of her because she was eating salad every day, kind of how I was monitoring her because she ate salad every day. By the way, don't stalk people. It's kind of weird. Probably should mention that. But they were kind of making fun of her in the table beside of me, and I was just kind of thinking like, oh, okay, very interesting. I was kind of learning like what was going on and stuff at the time, I guess, sitting at that middle school table. But I remember I kind of just wanted to figure out some answers, kind of just get them myself. So I remember I did the most craziest thing in grade 6, and I stood up off my table and I walked over to the dancer girl blonde chick. I remember I walked up to her, and me being a grade 6, I was shorter than her. And I stood up saying to her, hey, so like, why are you a virgin? Bruh, what? You guys have to really picture this in the most weirdest way possible. I walked up to someone asking if they're a virgin. If that's not creepy in any way, I don't know what is. But I remember I asked her that and she told me, wait, what? And then I said, yeah, like, don't you like meat? Like, come on, like meat's good for you. She looked at me with her eyes wide open and literally almost burst into tears. And everyone was listening in. To be honest, the grade 8s from across the table of me were literally laughing. And I remember looking at her, I'm like, I don't know, it's just weird to me how you're a virgin. Like, that's just weird, dude. Just eat something. It's good for you. And then I walked away. As I was walking away, though, I remember kind of looking back and she already started crying. Yeah, I made a girl cry that day for literally asking if she was a virgin when I thought the word virgin meant vegetarian. Kind of a dumb thing to say, but at the same time, it is what it is. Then obviously lunch ended, and me not being really ashamed of what I did, because I thought, you know, it was just a normal thing to ask, became a bigger deal. And here's how. So I remember as I was like in my class, like the next class right after lunch, I remember sitting there and doing some math homework because I had math after lunch. And when I was doing math, I remember on the announcements, I literally got my name called. It kind of went something like this.
Can BabaStreams please come to the office? Thank you.
Yeah, great. So I remember as like the announcements were called for me to come down to the office, everyone in my classroom looked at me. Honestly, for my first year of middle school, it wasn't the best thing. So I remember I ended up standing up and going down to the office. When I went down to the office, my principal sat down with me and looked at me in the eye and said, "You are going to go see a counselor and we're going to discuss your issues." What issues with vegetarian people? What? I don't get it. At least that's what I thought in my mind. So I remember I stood up and I went to the counselor's office right after. And then she ended up saying, "Excuse me, Baba, we're gonna have to talk about this whole thing about you asking girls if they're virgins." I looked at her and I go, "Why?" And then she says, "Well, it's not polite to ask people if they're virgins, Baba. It's not appropriate." And in my mind, I'm like, what's wrong with asking a girl if she likes meat? Oh boy. When I said that out loud, let's just say my counselor's eyes were just so filled with anger, and it was disgusting. And I'm not gonna lie, for a grade 6 asking that, I can kind of see why. But in my knowledge, I don't know. I was in grade 6, for God's sakes. Like, what am I supposed to do better? Anyways, I remember she told me, "If you're not gonna take this seriously, Baba, we're gonna have to bring the principal and your parents down." Great. My parents are gonna get involved with my middle school life already in the first year of grade 6. Can life get any better? So I remember after school came and I got sent back to the principal's office. We went down to the counselors again, except with my parents. And my parents were just confused of what was going on. But then when my counselor said, Baba was asking girls if they were virgins. Okay, first off, I have no idea why the counselor made it plural when she was saying that to my parents. She made it seem like I was a total creep, literally in grade 6, just walking around asking for girls' virginities. But then she ended up saying, and this one girl ended up crying. Great. My parents now knew that I made a girl cry. So I remember my mom looked at me and said, "Baba, why did you say that?" And in my mind, I literally said to her straight to my mom's face, "Mom, she didn't eat meat. Like, who doesn't eat meat, Mom?" And then my dad looked over at me and he was like, "Wait, what?" And then my counselor's eyes were just pissed off. My principal's in the room sitting in the corner also pissed off. And then I remember my mom looked at me and my dad looked at me with anger. And at that moment, when I saw my dad look at me with anger, I started crying. I didn't know what was going on. My counselor started kind of grinning, knowing that like, oh, like maybe he knows he did a mistake. But in reality, I had no idea what was going on. And then my mom looked at my eyes again and said, "Baba, why are you crying?" And then I literally ended up saying, "Mom, I have no idea what's going on here. Literally, the girl didn't eat meat. She always ate salad." When I brought up that she always ate salad, my mom looked at me and smiled. And she said, "Baba, what does it mean to be a virgin?" I ended up literally saying the answer as if I was really just trying to make a point here, saying, "It's literally a person who doesn't eat meat because they're trying to stay healthy." When I said it like that, my counselor stopped smiling and started realizing that she'd made a mistake. And so did my principal. My dad started laughing right beside me, and my mom started smiling as well. And when everyone started smiling and stuff and making the room feel all cheerful, I had to ask. I literally said, "So I'm not in trouble for asking girls if she's a virgin?" Oh my gosh. Everyone just started bursting laughing after that. Honestly, I felt embarrassed because for my first year of grade 6, it wasn't really a move. And let's just say my counselor ended up admitting she was mistaken, and my dad kept laughing. My mom kept laughing. And long story short, I got let go and put into ESL for learning words. Yay, love English special learning classes. Love that. Yay. I was only put in it for a couple months, but then I got released. And other than that, that is basically the story of how I thought the word virgin and vegetarian meant the same thing. Anyways, guys, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support. This was the first story I ever told ever on the Storytime channels. And honestly, I hope you guys enjoyed. Now, like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. Peace out, guys.